Welcome everyone to this week's Torah portion. This week we have the Torah portion of Tetzaveh. In Hebrew it means command. God tells Moses to command the Jewish people to bring him pure olive oil to be used to kindle the menorah, the beautiful candelabra that was kindled every morning by Aaron, the brother of Moses, the high priest. And these beautiful lights would last the entire day and the entire night till the next morning. Now, if Aaron is the one who is putting the oil in the menorah, so why are the Jews bringing it to Moses? And why is God telling Moses that Moses should command the Jewish people if it's a commandment from God? One lesson we can learn from this is that Moses is like the head of the Jewish people. And just like the head of our body is the smartest part of our body, the most intelligent part of our body, it's superior, but it needs the legs to bring it to where it needs to go. So Moses is bringing down the blessings from God, communications from God, but he needs the Jewish nation, the rest of us. We're like the legs that we bring Moses to where he needs to go. That's why it says that we are going to bring olive oil to Moses, and it will elevate Moses. Because Moses is not really commanding us, it's a commandment from God. He's just connecting us to God. He's helping us through the commandments connect ourselves to God. And we're bringing him this special oil, which represents oil only comes out of an olive when it is crushed, when the olive goes through a purification process. This represents the hardships that the Jewish people go through. But through the Jewish people standing strong, and from the tough times, we bring a beautiful oil and we give that back to Moses. We say, thank you for connecting us to God with the Torah and the mitzvahs and all of the beautiful ways. That actually elevates Moses, just like the feet carry the head where it needs to go. And then Moses takes that oil and gives it to Aaron, the high priest, to light on the candelabra, to be a light unto the world. But it has to come through Moses, because he is the leader of the Jewish people, and he is like the head of the Jewish nation. We continue the Torah portion discussing the garments that the priest, Aaron, and his children would wear while working in the tabernacle and in the temple. So the regular priests, which started out being the children of Aaron had 4 sons, Nadav, Avihu, Eleazar, and Itamar. Now they had 4 special garments: a linen robe, linen shorts, a special linen turban, and a special belt around their waist. In addition to these 4 garments, Aaron, the high priest, had another 4 garments. He had a special, apron type of garment, which was made from purple, blue, and red dye wool, together with golden and linen threads woven in. That was called the ephod. Aaron also had the breastplate, which was on his chest, and it had 12 precious stones. And each of the stones had engraved on it another name from a different one of the 12 tribes. On his forehead, he had a special golden plate which said, "Holy to God." And then he wore a special blue cloak. And this blue cloak on the bottom had golden bells and pomegranates that would make noise whenever he would walk around. So Aaron had additional special garments. A lesson we can learn from this is that, you see many Jews, they get dressed up on Shabbat when they're going to synagogue or when they're going to Shabbat dinner, because it's important to know what we're going to do. We're going to pray to God. We're going to study Torah. We're going to celebrate a holiday. We want to be dressed up in special garments to feel special, to look special, to honor what it is we're taking part of. And finally, we have the initiation process, 7-day process that Aaron and his 4 sons became priests. This also shows us that it's an important job, and it's not just, you flick your fingers, you're a priest. There was an initiation process. It took time. So too in life, we go through different stages, and maybe we could be upset. We want it to be quick. We want it to be by the snap of the fingers. But this reminds us that when we're being elevated to a higher status, or when we're being pushed along to our next chapter in life, it takes time. It takes time to make ourselves ready for that new place. Most of it, like they say in business, most of it is mental. When your mental state changes to be able to handle the capacity of the next venture, then you can move along. Well, so too in spirituality. It's a person has to be ready to move on. So that's why things can take time. And we should appreciate this process. Just like God created the world in 7 days, in 6 days, and on the seventh day He rested. There was a process. When God started creating the world, He wanted it to be a process. He wanted it to be step by step. So we should enjoy the different processes we have in our lives, whatever it may be. Thank you for watching the Rebel Rabbi Weekly Torah. Have a wonderful week. Shalom.